Hello once again, and today we're going to be talking about student activities. Are they really linked to academic success? That's what we're going to be talking about and discussing in today's video, so stay tuned for that. First part of this video, we're going to be looking at why students being involved in activities may help them achieve academic success. Second, we're going to talk about how that happens, right? More of the process-oriented answer. Third, we're going to be taking a look at what those activities are that best foster academic success. Fourth, we'll be talking about the consequences for students who don't get involved. And last, we're going to look at some of the data, real-life data on students who achieve academic success and the activities, how much they were involved. When students get involved in extracurricular activities, and I'm going to particularly focus on athletics, but it's applicable to many others. And actually, in many private schools, students are required to participate in at least one athletic sport. And the reason for this is the teamwork working towards a specific goal. All of these things, these skills which are so easily measured and developed in that athletic world, they transfer so well into the classroom and academic skills and reaching academic goals, which is generally a little bit more individualized. But when you are involved in any club that has any sort of competition, it could be music competition, right? It could be theater competition, which they have. It could be debate teams. It could be all of those things. But that competitive aspect of these clubs, participatory, that you get involved in, help teach those skills. And no, it doesn't have to be just those that are focused on competition. It could be outing club where you really are working on developing some of those social skills, and depending on how your outing club at your school is organized, you can really develop some outdoor skills and that independence and being pushed outside your comfort zone, which is another thing that can happen so well in clubs, are really important in your overall development. And that skill set, those feelings, that mindset carries over into the academic realm. So what clubs, what activities are best? Best might not be the right word either, but clubs, and there are many of them that are competitive by nature, do what I just mentioned before, right? With the development of team-oriented goals, working together to achieve a goal, striving for that very tangible, measurable outcome, are all great skills. And there's so many of those: robotics clubs and debate team, and again, theater and music, and it's athletics. And there's just so many different clubs that are all have that competitive nature to them, and teach all kinds of skills, including how to lose gracefully, how to self-assess when you haven't done well. And it's not different than in a classroom setting, but it carries over in that classroom setting. So any of those are really good ones. But community service projects too, that help you develop some empathy and the importance of giving back, and those sort of social emotional development are really valuable as well, which is why in many schools nowadays they really encourage kids to do some volunteering and give back to their community. There is so much value that is given to the individual who gives of themselves that, again, that tends to lead to academic success. The consequences for kids who don't get involved in extracurricular activities, students who aren't involved in school, they aren't involved in those extracurricular activities, tend to not do as well academically. And yes, that's a generalization, right? But generalizations come from facts, from data. And the reasons are related to all those things we just touched upon, right? Kids who aren't involved aren't developing the same social, emotional development. They aren't working on, group-oriented goals and working collaboratively to achieve those goals. They aren't practicing some of the self-discipline that's needed in any of those clubs, particularly the competitive ones. They aren't getting involved in programs where they give back to others. They aren't developing those things. All of those will tend to mean they don't engage as much in school. They don't engage as much in the academic realm. And when they don't do those things, their academic skills don't develop, and they end up kind of falling through the cracks or being an outsider. And when you're an outsider, you just don't do as well. Research will tell you that the most academically successful students are typically involved in 2 to 3 extracurricular activities, right? So those students who are doing the best in school are involved in other things, developing all those other skills, right? There's a high correlation there. And for all those reasons we just talked about, it's really important to encourage your children to get involved, to find that passion, do some different things, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be all athletic related or music related, a mixture that can really help develop different skill sets. I'll give you an example of Nick. Nick was a high school student. He ended up getting into Yale, and he was a star football player, played baseball, he played basketball for a while. He was involved in musical theater. He played a musical instrument. He was involved in everything and across different disciplines, right? He was socially well-adjusted. People really liked him. And obviously, his academic skill set was good enough that he graduated high in his class and got into Yale. So he just fit the findings from research perfectly well. Those most academically successful students are involved in other things in school. On this video, we talked upon the why, the how, the what, even the what if you aren't involved in extracurricular activities, and how that's going to influence your academic success. I hope you've got some value out of this, and as always, I would encourage you to subscribe to our channel because we're getting more and more videos all the time. I encourage you to ask questions so I can answer those. These videos are designed to hopefully answer questions that you want answered and help you think and grow as a person. But anyways, besides checking out I wanted to go long, so I just kept rambling. Wanted to get this up, and I just started going on and on. All right. Well, I hope you got something out of this video. I think it became clear that getting kids involved in school in several different areas is really valuable. It helps them grow as people, helps them improve their academics. It helps them in so many different ways. So I encourage you, if you have children, do that. And if you work with kids at all, try to get them engaged and get them involved in extracurricular activities. I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Check out our other videos. We have more and more videos all the time. Really think we have a bunch that are related to academic success, including one that you might want to check out, which is how reading is really important to academic success. So you might want to look at some of those as well as this one. And my podcast too. We've got some podcasts out there. So check those out, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in that next video.